but I'm also in the car driving. Amazing. Technology is amazing. You're amazing. So I'm driving to Chicago right now. This is basically, I work in Chicago. I drive for Lyft in Chicago. It's what I do all day. So I'm not gonna look at the camera, obviously. I'm gonna look at where I'm driving. But hi. So apparently I tried to make it say IRL. I don't know. I'm just gonna stream for like a few minutes, and whatever happens. And apparently this person's just gonna slow down. To avoid that kind of traffic. I don't know. I hope I don't get like raided or something. I hope that my stream doesn't get raided while I'm driving, because I can't really pay attention to that. Although I do have, I'm using Streamlabs to like stream from my phone. That's really weird. Apparently, you can also stream what's on the screen on your phone. That sounds pretty cool. I might use that at some point in the near future. But I am on I-90 heading north to Chicago, and I am gonna drive. What I do is I drive to Navy Pier and start my day. Just start my day from there. Or actually, sometimes I'll drive to the planetarium and start my day from there. Because I don't know, it just seems like I start off there and I'm looking at the city and I'm like, there's a city, I'm gonna go do my thing. Yeah, I am just driving, but I don't know. I was playing Overwatch earlier, and I'm totally like, I really don't like this season, and I don't like the way that matchmaking works. And I don't like the people that I play with, and I would like a better way to control the way how I play with people in Overwatch. The main argument or the main complaint that I have is that right now you get into a match, and I am in bronze usually. You get into a match and it's like, okay, yeah, you're basically, you look at certain things when you get into a match. You look at, okay, what's the SR of the other players that I'm grouped up with? How diverse is that? Are they around the same skill level? Then you look at, okay, what character is this person's main, right? And then you look at how many hours have they played this season. And a lot of the time, for some reason, I tend to get matched with people who have played like barely anything that season. So, and I've looked at it and I'm like, okay, this is how this works. These people on this side have this many hours put together of playtime, and the people on this side have this many hours put together of playtime. And normally what happens is the people that are less experienced, they don't talk in chat. You know, they've got their mics muted, or they're not in voice chat or whatever, and they aren't talking. They don't talk. They don't say anything. They don't speak up. They don't play heroes that normally you would play. Like, okay, you're on defense. The best defense is to have something that can hold that first choke point so the enemy team can't go through it. Yes, there are ways that they can go around it, but you have to have, flankers that are able to react to that. But you never encounter a team, especially in bronze, that wants to pick those particular, players. They all just want to be, oh, I'm Hanzo, I'm McCree, I'm Tracer. All right, we need a healer and 2 tanks. It's like, no. So you've already got like too many DPS that are flankers and or backline, and you're gonna have everybody behind the choke point, and that the enemy team's just gonna walk right in. So that's one of the problems that I've seen as far as experience of players versus, and then you have the people who solely get into games, they throw the game so that they can go down in rank, so that with their high level of skill that they've started off with, they can rank down and play against people who aren't as skilled as they are, which, I don't know. To me, people who do that, people who smurf, are cowardly and stupid. I don't understand that. Talking about Overwatch, if you're watching, I'm talking about Overwatch while I'm driving, because I like to rant while I'm driving, but now, hey, I've got a tool that says, oh, I can rant while I'm driving and people can listen. I've seen a lot of streamers on Twitch, and they're streaming IRL. So I'm like, I could do that. I do a lot of driving. I like to do this driving at least once a day. So twice a day if you count going home. So yeah, it's kind of dark outside, but we have the lights of the city. Anyway, yay! So people's experience playing, the characters they play, their choice of composition when they start to play, and their ability to swap characters to counter the enemy characters is all lacking. And this is what happens in Bronze. I'd love to say to some people, hey, look, either you're a smurf and you're throwing, which is cowardly, or you're just not experienced enough to play this game. Would you like to learn to play the game? And most people, I don't know, it's a more fun experience if you're actually trying to win. In my opinion, it's fun if you're trying to win. And I don't know, some people are just like, they don't want to speak up, they want to complain, they want to get tilted in voice chat or in game chat. And it's not a fun experience. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. You get matched up with an uneven amount of either, at the very low level, you get people who are throwing in order to rank down, and then once they rank all the way down, or rank down to a place where they think they can have fun shooting noobs, which, I don't know, wouldn't it be more fun to be fighting people of the same skill level as you? So these people ruin the experience. The people that are going down and the people that are not even, they're too high skill level for that skill bracket. And they need a way to combat that. Like, okay, you can only avoid, say that you can only avoid players that are in your team. So if you avoid someone who's skilling down, okay, they're gonna not be able to group up with somebody. Is that a bad thing? Okay. Is it a bad thing that we would ostracize certain players for doing stupid things? Yes. I mean, it's a bad thing that we'll have longer queue times, sure. But is it a more enjoyable playing experience in the long run? Yes. What would you rather have? Long queue times or a fun game when you do queue? Like right now, it seems like you get a queue really, really quickly, less than a minute. So, I mean, that's not a part of the bad experience. Part of the bad experience is not having a fun experience because you're playing against people who are not actually playing well. They're not learning how to play, and they're not learning how to play because the people they're playing against are of too high of a skill level, and they're just, destroying that enemy, destroying your team. So those people don't learn how to play, they don't gain any skill, they just gain more and more frustration, and it gets toxic. That's something that in a game you have to figure out what's the best way to counteract that badness, so to speak. Like, how do you counteract that group of people who are ranking down in order to smurf? That, how do you combat that? Do you have like an algorithm that detects these people? Do you allow other players in the game to ostracize those players that are intentionally throwing? But then, oh, well, what if you... I've heard the excuse like, oh, well, if that player's too good, they're going to ostracize them. Well, maybe maybe they're too good. Maybe that game doesn't feel fun if that one player who has a high skill level is playing against the players with a low skill level. Yes, ostracize that player too. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, that will cause longer queue times, but is that a bad thing? Is longer queue times in Overwatch because of Smurfs and throwers and trolls a bad thing? No. Not if the experience that you do get when you do get a queue, or when the queue pops, you get a game that's actually against people who are of your skill level, and you gain more and more. I mean, I can understand, we want to keep people playing the game, so we'll group them up mismatchedly, and then their SR will go down, and then we'll have to work hard to bring it back up. And yeah, I don't like being on a roller coaster playing a game. I like, having fun. I will not be mad about losing a match if the match was fair and both teams actually tried. Somebody didn't have their lights on. I always do that. I always turn on and off my lights if I see somebody who is driving around with their lights off. So that is not fun. It's not fun to play that game right now. I spend more time going up and down in SR and not waste time. I'd like to just be able to log in, have a couple of games, have maybe 2 losses and a win, or 2 wins and a loss, and have it mean something, than to just sit there and play a game for like 5 hours and not gain anything and actually lose things. Because the more games you play, the more variety of people that you're going to play with, and then you don't control 5 other people. This is the problem with a team game. You don't control 5 other people. Those 5 other people, that each person that you add into the mix is another instance where somebody could do something wrong. Like, the more players you have in a game on a team, the more likely it is that something will go wrong. If it's like you're solo queuing, then that will happen. If you're, when you're solo queuing, that is always going to happen. You're always going to have that one guy. Always going to be that one guy. Even, there's going to be that one guy on every team that's going to be bad. Or is doing something intentionally bad in order to be a Smurf at some point. And yes, I'm throwing around that term, which is probably copyrighted, Smurfing. There's got to be a better term for it. I don't know. But that's my complaint. My complaint right now with Overwatch is just that it's not fun. It's not fun if no one's trying, if people are tilted, if people are frustrated because they keep losing, because they get that person who is either throwing or is smurfing on the other team, so that your lower skill level of people can't gain anything. And I'm sure this happens at the higher ranks too. I'm sure that there's like people who are in platinum that have to rank down to gold and fight gold people, and like, haha. But like, I'd like to like get better at the game, but it's hard to like enjoy that if your teammates aren't getting any better, because in general what they're fighting against is people who are taking advantage of a matchmaking system that doesn't recognize, hey, this person's level of skill and the way that they move and how fast they move and how many headshots they get per life is way higher than the other people. That's something that you would think that they would take into account when they look at where they actually put people in matchmaking. But no, it's just SR, and if it's just SR, then you're dealing with people who can like, oh, I can game the system by just throwing matches. Oh no, I lost SR, I don't care, because at that level down there, I'll just, kill as many people as possible. So, you really have to look at where, or they'll just start another account, throw 10 placement matches to get low as they can, which is bad when you're in placement matches and those people are doing that. Then you get like, or you get a placement match where someone will leave in the middle of the placement match. Okay, sure, then they have to wait for like 10 minutes or whatever before they can play another game, but it's just a problem. Another problem is people leaving at the beginning of a match, and then you have to wait in the queue again. Another problem is people leaving or disconnecting in matches, and then you're down a team member. If you disconnect during the match, then okay. I mean, okay, Heroes of the Storm has a thing where if you disconnect, an AI will play the game for you while you're away. Why doesn't something like this exist in Overwatch? Where that, especially in a comp match, I can understand like somebody dropping out of a quick play, okay, replace them with another person, not a problem. But in a comp match, you definitely can't play. The game is broken at the point when someone drops out of a match in comp. Like, it's 5v6. This is serious. We're trying to like win here. That person just screwed 5 other people. Sure, they gotta wait for 10 minutes and their SR drops down, but that's probably what they wanted in the first place. Like, a lot of the time, sometimes if you're even doing well, someone will drop out of a match and you're like, what? Why did they drop out? And it's just bad like that. So, anyway, that's me complaining about Overwatch comp matches. And I know, like, the solution to the match is to group up with people that you know. Nobody I know lives around me. Nobody I know plays Overwatch. So I'm kind of in a boat by myself, rowing upstream constantly, trying to row upstream. Rowing upstream, ain't got nobody else in the boat. I mean, yeah, you could probably row upstream faster if you had a team of rowers, but that's just the way it goes. Hey, we're on Lakeshore Drive. We're almost to Navy Pier, and I've been streaming for like 17 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it short there. I'll probably turn this into like a vlog. I might put that on the channel. I don't know how these driving vlogs are gonna look. Probably pretty cool. Connected to chat. Is there somebody talking? Are you? Is there somebody watching me stream IRL in Chicago? I should have drove through like Michigan Avenue. That'll look way cooler, because then you'll see it like over here, all the buildings and stuff. But yeah, I was just complaining about Overwatch. Not a big deal. I just wanted to log on and do an IRL stream today because I didn't stream today. So I have Streamlabs on my phone and I just wanted to stream. It was cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go because I don't want to use too much data. Although you can buy like an hour of data for like $3. And I might do that in the future when I stream again from my phone. That's a good idea. I should take advantage of that. Or if I'm at like a Starbucks, I might stream. But that's stupid. Why would you sit at Starbucks and stream? Here's me drinking coffee. No one wants to see that. So I'm headed to Navy Pier. I will talk to you in the future. I'm gonna go and yeah, I'll put this rant up on YouTube maybe. Like, this is me ranting about Overwatch for 15 minutes. Sounds fun. And it's me driving a car talking about Overwatch. Wow, the future is so cool. Actually, I've recorded a few videos with my phone, just driving around and stuff. Yeah, sorry that the steering wheel is in the way of my face, but you don't want to see my messed up teeth anyway, or the rest of me. It's fine. All right, that is me IRL for today. That's about 20 minutes. I'd probably used up a gig of my data plan. I don't know. You can buy more data. All right, bye.